here from Drake Game and 70 Mile on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Remember the Flowers. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Every now and then, Benji gets distracted by the various stalls set up between the shops. I don't mind. Oh, that's right, it's, Lance. Every now and then, Benji gets distracted by the various stalls set up between the shops. I don't mind. I'm more than content just listening to him ramble on, happily bagging trinkets he tells me his kids might like. At least he's having a good time. It's not easy to do with me around. Wolves and packs. That Patsy guy gets on my damn nerves. Can't let someone like him get stuck in my head. Yep, there he is. Now I can't stop myself from wondering. What does Benji think about me? Does he like me? Does he consider us friends? The only people who ever fit that label were Aaron and Reggie. And Cyrus. I don't think Benji wants to add himself to that list. Besides, I'm going to be leaving as soon as I can anyways. We're standing by a stall covered in brightly colored treats when Benji nudges my shoulder. Whoa, check it out! They still have Muzzle Munch in stock. Seriously, the best chocolates I've ever had. Even if they make... This cat meowing in the background. Seriously, the best chocolates I've ever had. Even if they make my stomach hurt sometimes. Oh, I thought that Brando got recalled, but I guess... Hey, Benji? Yeah? I wanted to ask you something, but don't look too hard into it or whatever. Benji lifts an eyebrow. Are we friends? Huh? What do you mean? I blink, mouth open, and quickly stare up at an open skylight like an answer might fall through. Lines of flying cars above us stretch out like black spider webs. Nothing. Stupid question. Benji shakes his head. I must be doing a bad job if you had to go out of your way to ask. Of course we're friends, man. You think I'd go plushie shopping with just anyone? Hell if I know. You seem like the type of guy that likes to go around helping others. You'll be working at Resume otherwise, right? Huh, you caught me there. Just take my word for it then. I nod back, though Benji doesn't look convinced. I don't mean to start prying now, but are you doing okay? With work and everything? Yeah, of course. He sighs and crosses his arms. It's okay to not be doing okay, you know. I grumble back. I'm just not super thrilled with my new team. One weekend and they're already pissing me off. Well, getting used to the new team takes time. Time and mutual respect. Not to assume anything with that, but... You have a strong, personality. He smiles nervously and I furrow my brows while looking the other way. Damn it. What's up? Nothing. It's nothing. I mean, they seemed happy enough for me to join last week. But now it's like a switch flipped and suddenly I'm the black sheep that doesn't fit in with their stupid little pack. The leader guy acts like I spit in his cereal every time he sees me. Hasn't spoken a word to me in days. The other two, his lackeys, one hates my guts and the other can't seem to shut the fuck up. Says the only reason I work better alone is because nobody likes me. And I mean, what the hell, right? That gets Benji to laugh. Huh, sounds like you got your work cut out for you. Assuming you want them to like you, that is. Of course not. It's always nice knowing why someone doesn't like you, but I can't think of anything I did wrong this time. Benji places a hand on my shoulder as we continue walking. Is it possible they got the vibe that you didn't like them first? You don't do yourself any favors wearing that sour look all the time. Maybe try smiling next time you see him. I grimace, staring at him for a moment. Have you seen my smile? Oh, good point. I haven't had the pleasure. Yeah, whatever. You don't know what I have to deal with on a daily basis. I might have some idea. Having to deal with pissy teammates? I think we wear the same shoes in that department. Nah, it can't be that hard. What, you just follow the doctor's orders and do some tests, right? Benji looks at me dumbfounded. Lance! What? My job is in pediatrics. I mean, I work with sick kids every day. As rewarding as that is, it's never easy. Sure, but what's that got to do with anything? Benji takes a deep breath and rubs his hands together. Sick kids lead to worried parents, and worried parents can be a handful. That can stress the whole team out. Tensions will get high and teammates will get pissy. All I'm saying is that working with and around other people is never easy. Not for anyone. Yeah, I guess you're right. Luckily, our department chief manages to hold us together. That way every patient gets the care they need, annoying or not. Benji thinks for a moment, then rubs over his left arm. He still has the scars on it from when I attacked him. Could be that your introductions need a little work as well. I feel my ears pinned back as I clear my throat for an excuse. I'm not saying I didn't deserve what I got, just that you might have rubbed them the wrong way is all, even if you didn't mean to. He pets the scars again before folding his arms over his chest. The real pain in the ass was trying to convince Aiden these wounds were an accident. Who the hell is Aiden? Oh, sorry, Aiden's my partner, remember? I wrinkle my nose at him. Ah. He leans in close to whisper. You didn't... hurt them, did you? Of course not. I'd be wondering what pissed them off if I did. Okay, that's good. No, I don't mean to sound silly with this next question, but have you tried asking them what their issue is yet? I blink at the Shiba. He nods back sagely before I can answer, knowing full well that I haven't. Let me pry a little further then, if you don't mind. When you were living as a mercenary, did you ever have a place you could call home? I've got a dingy apartment I'm hoping to get back to. Probably dingy. He probably means dingy. He probably means dingy. Dingy. No, he probably means dingy. Because dingy is a boat. And dingy is like nasty, like dusty, stuff like that. No, like, did you have people around? A family? Maybe. Well, maybe that's it then. Maybe you just need to get used to being around people again. I groan and rub my face into my hands. You're taking that harder than I thought you would. I'd like a guy who won't shut up. He said the same thing. Wolves in packs or some shit like that. I see. I've actually heard it's pretty common for wolves to end up as loners. Shoving my hands back in my pockets, I give a stoic nod. Funnily enough, I've also heard that group therapy works wonders for that particular, demographic. I like having my own space. Nothing wrong with that. True. As long as that's enough to make you happy. And you were happy before, right? When you were on your own? I shrug. Sure. Well, I don't know the kinds of people you're teaming up with, but I still think you should give them another chance. God. I gotta chug this fucking coffee. Good lord. Alright. For no other reason than to figure out what they did to piss him off. What you did to piss him off. Sate your curiosity. All you risk losing is a bit of pride, which isn't such a bad thing to be losing a bit of anyway. Right. Guess I could try that. Benji breaks into laughter and... Bless me. Benji breaks into laughter and pats me hard on the back. That's the spirit. Now let's get you that stuffed animal. Yeah, thanks. And it'd be funny watching you work in peds. Heck, you might even look great in scrubs. You do clean up pretty good. What? Benji's warm laugh cuts me off as I'm pulled away towards a brightly lit store. It's adorable. I enter Vivian's chamber with one hand tugging at my collar and the other hand holding a stuffed tiger behind my back. It's hot as hell in here, if she's still trying to get those tropical plants working. I hear her humming behind a curtain of waxy leaves. She's got her headphones on, so I just kind of stand around waiting until she's done, my claws kneading into the plushy synthetic fur in the meantime. It takes a good deal of willpower not to squeeze the damn thing until its butt and eyes pop out. I think it's all the shitty sleep I've been getting. Makes me more irritable. It's also making it harder to get out of my own head. I try to focus on Vivian as she shuffles between two tall plants, missing their leaves with careful precision. It can't just be shitty sleep. There's something else going wrong with me, too. That's a fact. But what? The only obvious clue I can think of is this heavy, sick feeling that's wriggled its way into my guts ever since I left the mall. Frustration, maybe? But at who? At Benji? No, that doesn't make sense. The feeling isn't at Benji, but more like for Benji. Which doesn't make any sense, either. It's almost like I want to apologize to him. I don't know what I did wrong. Again. The claws sink further into the fabric. When Vivian spots me, she does a little jump, pulling me right out of my head and into the present. Jesus, you scared me! I offer back a smirk and a shrug. She reminds me so much of Cyrus. Something she calls heavy metal hums from her headphones as she takes them off. Not my fault. You vanished into your own little world with that thing on. Alright, 1 second, y'all. It is water time. Guys and gals, and we are back. Okay. I've got a fragile heart, Lance. Fragile. You know this. Remember what happened last time? I'd spooked her much worse then. Vivian's heart rate had spiked, and her breathing got all unsteady and painful. I was actually scared I'd fucked up. Luckily, it didn't last too long. I got off with just a slap on the arm after she calmed down. How was I supposed to know you have a hard condition? For the record, both times were an accident. Turns out I'm just a naturally scary guy. Yeah, well... Vivian turns to me with a loose smile, the music player squeezed in her hand. Not scary enough, I suppose. And you're late, you know. Easy. I was held up for a good reason. I present the stuffed tiger to Vivian, her eyes light up. Mission complete. Oh, he's so cute! If you say so. Here, knock yourself out. I plop it on her lap, then slink back to a chair beside the door. Vivian hugs around the plush with both hands. It's actually pretty big for someone her size. Thanks, Lance. I love him. I tell her to thank Dario instead, since his orders are the reason I'm doing this in the first place. But the praise feels nice. No problem. I suppose I'll forgive you for being late this time, but just this once. Yeah. She starts to stroke the fur on its face. It's been a long time since I added someone new to my collection. Vivian wheels herself to her bed, which is covered in stuffed animals. Creepy. I'd even sleep with all those. It's uncomfortable. Au contraire, sleeping is far more comfortable when you're surrounded by friends. Right. I'll tell you what is uncomfortable, though, sleeping with a bunch of tubes in your back. She lets out a huff, resting her chin on her new plush. I keep telling them I don't need to be plugged in all the time, but they're adamant about it. I think the top scientists in the world might know a little more about your life support than you. They may, but those losers know nothing compared to my dad. Oh yeah? Where is he exactly? Wouldn't you like to know? What, is that a secret too? Throw a dog a bone already, damn. She giggles at that. Sorry, guy, but that's classified information. I blink. I know she's joking, but I hate being left in the dark. What's wrong? Nothing. I point to the plush in her hand. So, any reason you wanted a tiger of all animals? I was just thinking about an old friend. Trying to, anyway. One of my best friends was a tiger, you see. And it feels like I'm forgetting more and more about him each day. Such a sweet and funny guy. You couldn't ask for a better friend. She sighs, gaze falling to the floor, the plush held tightly. A quiet moment passes before she snaps out of her thoughts and looks up at me again. Thanks for going through the trouble of finding this. I guess there is a sweetheart under that scary face after all. Again, don't worry about it. Oh, alright, we're out of time, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!